Hi there, and welcome to another edition here on Busternet. These are the LLM Diaries. You're back here with Gloucester City. They seek to get another promotion out of the championship and into the premiership. So far, it's not been easy. It's been tough. We had a really hard start to the season. 1-0 win over Nottingham Forest. We followed that up with two draws. Then we beat Brentford, and then we had this phenomenal win over Portsmouth that set us up quite nicely for two whole matches where we took maximum points from against Aston Villa and Sheffield Wednesday. We escaped with a point at Reading. Yeah, it was all defense, and we were using a 4-5-1, one of my other systems that I like to use when I'm trying to get myself promoted. So we have basically Da Funk and the Punk and my 4-5-1. So it all depends on how they line up, and I can use the system without having to change my players. So I like to go into a match and then make a decision during the match on what I'm gonna do. So right now we are playing against Crystal Palace next. Okay, Crystal Palace are going to be using a 4-4-3-3 with a DM here, two central midfielders, two wide men. So the team selection is going to be, my team selection won't change. I will start off with this system of mine. We'll assess it during the first couple of minutes and then decide what we're going to do next. So we're gonna go counter structured, no pass into space. We'll just work. We won't even work ball into box. We play balanced, and the boys are all on the pitch. Yeah. So a lot depends on how attacking their flanks are. So if I see something that I need to change, I'll probably change it. All right, there we go, and we'll start the match. Finch back to Kennedy to Arthur Worry. Arthur Worry decides to play it long. Alright, so here I'm okay. I'm going to be looking for this guy, and this guy. The moment he enters my half, I might change my system. Zaha to Ward. Okay, crossing into much. He's come into our half, but it doesn't really mean much at the moment. I just need to see them when they're going through a transition to decide um, whether or not it's worth me staying on this or should I just change my systems. Again, the Haviland having to, you know, clear the danger at the near post. Okay, this is a bit of a nervy start for us. Cleared right to Rovini. One of the things that we're pretty good with this season, we've scored a heck of a lot of goals from set pieces. Half our goals are coming from set pieces. Like it could be a free kick, it could be a corner, and sometimes even when we're defending set pieces, we score goals from there. So yeah, 50% of every single thing that I've scored has come from a set piece or a set piece routine or defending against a set piece routine. McCallum out wide to Rovini. Rovini shoots, ooh, forcing the keeper into a smart save. So far, so good. It appears to me that the center of this 4-3-3 is fairly attacking, so we'll stay on this. The couple of times I noticed them attacking me, they've got 7 and 14, so I have to continually look at them before I decide what I want to do. So all I do really is I don't even look at my when we have the ball. I'm actually looking at the movement of 7, and the other fellow will be 14. So these are the two players in the team that I'm looking at. Finch with a goal. So right now when they build play up, they'll go through transitions, right? So Goldson will take it to Tompkins, and Tompkins will play it to this guy. Now I want to know what role this guy is. I mean, of course I can use a skin. There are some skins that will. Even we have a skin at Busternet. We also have one that tells people what the roles are. But you know, I don't like that. So I wanna figure things out in the game by looking at the behavior of the dots and stuff, and then look at the mentality and judge what the shape is, and then make a decision accordingly. Because I love the whole immersion value of it. I'm sure that before kickoff, and they give you the 11 names, the coaches don't go and tell the other coach, yeah, we're going to use him today as a box to box midfielder. So we expect him to get up, and he's on support duty. No, I'm definitely not going to be doing that. So, Yeah, it's great. We have this skin called, we call it the BTN Learner Skin Plates. It's basically the default FM skin. We've added some mods to it so that you can see roles and duties, and it's pretty good if you're trying to figure out what certain roles and duties do, how they appear on the pitch. You know how the AI's roles and duties appear on the pitch, because sometimes you don't even know how a box-to-box midfielder might play. So unless you use it, and even when you use it, you're probably not looking at it because you're just looking at the goals. So here, the box-to-box midfielder tends to be a bit roamy. So he might swap positions with 14. So that's why the box-to-box midfielder is so cool. See, now this guy has drifted all the way here, which makes me wonder about his role. So far, we've been okay as well. As you can see, what in the world is Much trying to do? Oh, that's a corner. Okay. Yeah, we've lost Kato to a long-term injury. We lost a few of our players. So, as you probably know, Julian, I can't even remember his name now. We signed this striker on loan who was supposed to be the great Gloucester Hope. Unfortunately, very first game, he breaks his leg. So, that's it. Hard-fought victory over Forest. Uh, Grenier 7-14. Huan Mi, okay. The more attacking flank is where this guy is playing. 7. And so far, their DM hasn't been coming into the half so much. Now I'm going to start looking at their fullbacks as well through transitions. If the fullbacks, if they can bring the ball into a transition and the fullbacks seem to come into our half really easily, then yeah, that's another piece of concern. But here, the thing is, I'm using a system which is very defensive in orientation. It's a 4-2-1-3. I don't know what else. I mean, it's a very Portuguese system, and the thing about this system is there's very little wriggle room in my tactic. So tact goals sometimes premium, and we really depend on set pieces a lot. This team is a set piece team now. Talk about trying to survive in the championship via set pieces. That's what we do. Hanks out wide to Kennedy. All right, I like the fact that we can actually come into Palace's half so easily with my fullbacks, which means that I don't need to change anything. I'm not changing. Here now, again, what you can do is you can look. Okay, we have 8, 7, and 14, right? So we have these three players. So what I normally do is I will track them here for their ratings. They're all 6.8, which is a bit scary, versus my 16, 14, and 8. So my 16, 14, and 8 are here, and they also 6.8. So it's a very even match at the moment between both sides. So I shouldn't get too excited with the fact that um, we Crystal Palace isn't at a shot on goal, because the next shot on goal is probably going to be a goal, knowing FM. So we've been able to deny them easy scoring opportunities, but it does not necessarily mean that we are having a very good game. Hanks to that was a we just couldn't nick the ball off the players. Hanks again, and our players come back to defend. Almost 11 players behind the ball, which is good to see. Mendy, this is the other midfielder that I'm worried about, and he, oh my lord, scores. I thought we escaped. Oh no, Crystal Palace have scored. Nah, knowing my luck, would have been one of their shots on goal, and they would have scored. All right, we'll skip this. Okay, I'll go attacking. I'll go fluid, and I won't work ball into box. That's it. We have to get back into this game. Um, Twice this season I've had to do this, which is basically do the Harry Houdini, and a few teams have done the Harry Houdini against me, scoring 90th minute goals, which is really annoying. Right to McCallum. McCallum does well, holds the ball up, hangs back to Finch. The referee should get out of the way because I can't really see what's happening. Finch out wide to Kennedy. Good move. First time, McCallum scores! Yes! Gloucester 1, Crystal Palace 1. We don't go down easy. You are playing against my tactic called Daft Funk. I don't even know where that name came from. But hell, man, I'll take it. Oh, Kennedy first times the crossing. That's all I need from my players. First time crosses. Because sometimes they dawdle. And did I do anything to make it a first time cross? Yeah, I chose not to use work ball into box. Grenier to Mendy. Okay. Finally, the match is level. That lead from Crystal Palace did not last long. But we have to keep our wits about us. Grenier. I actually paused the game because I suddenly noticed one thing. They have a 16 here who's not playing here. So he's an interesting role as well. So they've got, because of that role, number two can actually overlap very effectively. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Okay, so we definitely want to drop back to standard now and go back to structured. I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to throw a lot of my players into attack. Much to Kennedy. Kennedy back to Arthur Worry. Arthur Worry, Bone couldn't get to that ball. Mendy is doing a very good job. Zaha, Bone wins the ball back. So apparently my tactical instructions didn't change in time for basically we scored the goal before the tactical instructions could get kick into place, which is interesting. Again, they come into the box. Arthur Worry, that's offside. So it means that so far I can't afford to stay on this mentality and this defensive line that I've set for myself. Much can you get back to go quickly? Yeah, thank you very much. Hanks, don't you dare. Ouch. One me. Cuts inside and skips past a few players. Mendy now. Okay, with their fullbacks have come into the half, but they didn't use them, which means good news for me because I don't have to react to the fullbacks. Unless the fullbacks are participating in the transition, i.e., they are valid pass options and they're using them, that's the only time when I worry about the fullbacks. Like here, you notice one thing: the fullbacks are here. If your fullbacks come here and they become a pass option, which basically means they're tick-tocking the ball around here to wait so that the fullback can get it, then I become worried. But so far, I'm not worried yet. So I'll just keep watching this. Hanks back to right, right out. What a ball for McCallum! Ooh, but he's offside. Okay, we'll now go to extended highlights. Okay, we have a corner to defend. Don't score against us. I like to score against you. So you know the philosophy is very simple. Haha, get offside. Thank you. You gotta love it when that happens. So Macaulay is not having a fantastic game, but that's okay. First half, we're doing pretty well. Okie dokie. Crystal Palace, formerly, I don't know how long they've been relegated for. Okay, here we go. Seven. Honestly, match stats. I wouldn't be the one. I wouldn't be the kind of manager that worries about match stats. The most important thing you got to worry about, in my honest opinion, is this 6.5, 6.4. These are things you worry about. So um, it means that you still got to start tracking those fellas very closely. When you see when you're doing okay and you have ratings that are outliers, this is an outlier. 6.5 is an outlier. So I start thinking about Jake Flanagan, and honestly, what you can do is you can go into the game, you can go to your um, there's stats, right? Gloucester stats, and then look for Jake Flanagan. 15 passes, he's only completed 8. So his pass completion is abysmal, which is like not even 50%. All right. So he's made one mistake already in this match. So this is the reason why other players have made a lot of mistakes. Arthur Worry is making me worried because he's made 2 mistakes. So and Jake Flanagan and Arthur Worry are playing side by side, right? So right. So you got two fellas here who are playing a dodgy game at the moment. So what do? You take off the central defender. Because my suspicion is the central defender is the one that's causing this to happen. No. I said undo. It's not De Havilland and take off. It's Baldy and Arthur Thank you. Alright, we'll bring on Baldy and hopefully That helps, and I'm right. I hope I'm right. Because somebody is not playing well. Okay, Zaha. Okay, again they clear the danger. You can see that the pressure is actually on this side of the flank. The left side of the flank is getting a fair bit of pressure. So that's why Jake Flanagan isn't playing well. So we're gonna take Jake Flanagan as well and make him into a wingback on support. So he doesn't have to track back that much. And the other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna give him a bit of help. Oh, okay. We're also gonna change Finch into a DM on sub defend. So Finch will not drop into this hole if necessary. So he made quite a few changes to firm up that side of the pitch, because why? There's a difference between the anchorman and the defensive midfielder, the two roles. Okay, so an anchorman, he's not gonna be as mental at closing down as a defensive midfielder. So you want to have somebody. Anchorman is basically he's there to to keep the linkage between defense and midfield going, and Finch is having a very good game. So there, Jake Flanagan's rating has just gone up to 6.5. He's happy with the change and he's smiling at the manager and going, "Oh, you saw the problem I was having." So that's basically what just happened. So let's keep this going. Rovini, Baldy has come in. His ratings are 6.8. Flanagan's now 6.5. That's good to see. 6.6 for Macaulay Bone. Can I do something about that? That's another thing I want to try and fix. Um, the Haviland shoots and forces the keeper into a save. Ooh, would have been quite a goal. Corner, Rovini to take this. Into the box, De Havilland rising up. McCallum picks the pieces, takes a shot, misses the target by miles. The goal had to be shifted 10 miles to the right and it would have gone in. Okay, Macaulay Bone. Macaulay is playing as the. Alright, one thing I can do for Macaulay. Macaulay, I will change you into a winger on support. You don't have to play as an inside forward anymore. Okay. Finch to Hanks. I'm giving a slight role change. There's a difference between an inside forward and a winger on support. Inside forwards cut inside and dribble, right? So he may not actually be, uh, he may be running into traffic as well. So here I've just told him to do something different in terms of what he was, I mean, basically what he was doing earlier. So hopefully this helps him in his game. Um, I noticed there was something going on that side of the flank too. Baldy, thank you. Push. Right up the Bone. Come on, Bone. Bone plays it on McCallum. Finally, Bone has got something to do. All right, right to Finch. Finch, don't screw things up. Right to Hank. Hank, don't screw things up. Hanks, go back. Yeah, go all the way back if you have to. Finch to Baldy. Baldy to McCallum. It doesn't get anywhere. Right, fights with the ball, but Rosenthal. No, no, no. This cannot be. He cannot be related to Ronnie Rosenthal, formerly from Liverpool, many many years ago. Gloucester City has still won 1-1 against Crystal Palace, and what? Okay, do I want to go searching for goals? Seriously, I might. Okay, we got a control now. We just take a bit more risk because we seem to be quite comfortable defending as well. But once again, I don't want to give up. I don't want to lose because I haven't lost yet. I want to see how long this can go. Rovini. And, ooh, wow, that looked like a very good free kick. I want to see how long this undefeated run can go. So I'm definitely going to try and keep it going. And it's going to end sooner or later. I just don't want to end so soon. Jake Flanagan's at 6.5. That's okay. Oh, free throw from Magnuson. Oh, they're going to FM me now. Baldy clears the danger. Rovini with the ball. Okay, this is what we're good at. The counter. Come on, Rovi. Don't roam. Okay, Kennedy to Bone. Bone goes up. Bone looks around. Bone's lost the ball, but it's only as far as Baldy to Finch. Finch back to Hanks, and they tell us that this is a commercial break. Well, the boys are doing okay. 88 minutes, 89. Gloucester City making De Havilland to Baldy. Baldy to Hanks. Hanks, oh, didn't get to Rovini. Okay, they're done. Well, all right. Gloucester City won, Crystal Palace won. That's not too bad. Oh, that was a big result for us because Crystal Palace were really, I mean, they were the favorites for this match by a country mile. And the boys have done pretty well. They've avoided defeat. They came back and I mean, I won't say they completely dominated Crystal Palace, uh, but the Eagles didn't find it easy for them to. The Eagles did not have an easy job creating chances. So Gloucester City are top of the table. Yes, we are. But the top of the table league could end, very soon. Bristol City and Reading, they have a chance to go top. So we'll enjoy our little moment in the limelight. Gloucester City, top of the table. Before I get onto the tactic, I just wanted to show you what the AI was doing. So the AI was playing inside forward support with winger on support, and yeah, this fullback on attack with Zaha together, they forced me to make a change to my backline with Arthur Worry. It's a good thing I had a DCB on defense as well. These guys were putting a lot of pressure there, and we did okay, I guess, for this match. If you're interested in using a skin like this which shows you roles and duties, then please, it's available to all my patrons. All you need to do is get onto the Discord chat. You'll find a room that's it's called downloads. My word, we are so original with names. Yes, it's called downloads. So you go into this room and you find the skin there, you pick it up and you take it away, you put it in your game. It's only 1 megabyte. I think it's a very lightweight skin, and it's very thin. So you find it very easy. You can use the skin as a learning tool so that you get used to the roles and see what they are doing on the opposition. I personally don't use the skin, but however, I can assure you that it does help learning. But it it's kind of cool to see what they're doing, and yeah, it will help. Now it's time to take a look at how we set our tactic up. It's a fairly simple system. However, there are some unique instructions that I don't normally use in other tactics. The most interesting one is this mark tighter. Now, I'm not a big fan of this PI. Why? Because if you mark really tight against a player who's great acceleration, he turns you and you're in trouble. So I've been using this lately, and I'm trying to observe whether we have a problem with it. So far, so good. They keep on the shoulder of the defender, and most of the time they usually win a header, so I'm kind of happy with that. So these two boys, they're actually very good at jumping reach. They're both very good jumpers, so I use that. On the flanks, we keep it simple. Few risky passes and shoot less often for this guy. However, this guy is on attack. He has I don't curb his passing instructions. In midfield, these two are default. There's nothing here. There's no differences. There's no PI changes. Hanks, more direct passes, more risky passes, and all three of these players have the same high block instruction that I normally use. In terms of mentality and shape, really depends on who I'm playing against. If I'm interested in keeping ball possession, if I'm interested in ball retention, then I normally go to standard or defensive, play structured, and I don't use pass into space. So this will be what my shots would look like if I'm interested in ball retention. However, if I'm trying to open a side up, whether I use work ball into box really depends on the situation in the game. Because sometimes it's really hard for you to unlock a side with work ball into box because all your players are going to be there. And let's face it, mine is a very defensive system. Work ball into box is not going to be my friend most of the time, because by the time I get my players into their half, they will be able to get the opposition AI will probably get substitutes also on the pitch by them, because they got a lot of time to mobilize their defense. They're already going to be sitting down there having a picnic waiting for you to attack them in the hordes. So I try not to use the work ball into box. As far as the situation in the game is concerned, when it comes to shape and mentality, it will depend entirely on the outlook of the game and what system I'm playing against. Now, I'll be very honest, I have turned to this system if I find I'm playing against a 4-2-3-1. If it's a 4-2-3-1, I sometimes go to this. Why? Because I want to flood the center of midfield with 3 midfielders so I can give their 2 midfielders a run for their money. Because if I use Daft Funk or Daft Punk, I'm going to have a problem. I only have one fellow who's doing that. And in order for me to flood the midfield, I have to push everybody up. If I push everybody up, that's a bit pointless. I might as well just take this and turn it into this, which is, there isn't much of a difference between the two tactics. So I can maintain the same players. So I've got the Empang, this system which I haven't given a name yet to, and Dafang. So this is one happy family of tactics, and basically the same tactic that I've been using. So I hope you've enjoyed this edition of the LLM Diaries. For more information, you know where to find me. You can always find me on Twitter at BusterNet, addicted2fm.com, that's my website. And if you want to find out how you can get your hands on a free book, then please visit www.patron.com/BusterNet. For a kind donation, you will get a copy of the book as well as access to exclusive videos and a lot more. So I look forward to hearing from you. Please take care, and I'll catch up with you guys again soon. Bye bye.